Hi everybody, I'm Michael Schneider. I'm the executive editor of TV Guide magazine, and we are the folks behind today's Community Reborn panel. I assume all of you are Meow Meow Beans 5s. If you're not, the exit is right over there. But thanks everyone for coming and celebrating season 6 of Community. So it's been a big year for Greendale, rated #2 community college by greendaleCommunityCollege.com, by the way. And we've got a great panel for you, so let's bring him out on stage right now. First up, he's a 2 on the Meow Meow Beans app and the creator of the world's first cat-powered car, the man known as Starburns. It's writer and actor Dino Stamopoulos.
It's Stamatopoulos.
Stamatopoulos.
Fuck you, right?
Loving the side.
I gotta say, I came out here a little early, maybe some of you saw me, but Comic-Con runs a tight fucking ship around.
Dino, we're glad you made it.
Can't show your face before you're announced, people.
All right, Dino. Next up,
I'm a little angry. Where's the vodka, by the way?
he also thinks Donald Sutherland is hotter than Elliot Gould. He is executive producer Chris McKenna. He's the man who knows who the ass crack bandit truly is, the executive producer and creator of Community.
It's McKenna.
Mr. Dan Harmon. Add some doilies and a footbath, and this is his mom's house. He's Dean Pelton, Jim Rash. She's a psych major and words are her weapon. She's Britta Gillian Jacobs. Finally, he loves scotching himself and tolerates Greendale. Jeff Winger himself, Mr. Joel McHale. First, please tweet with the hashtag CommunityLivesOn or CommunityLiveSon, whichever you prefer. And also, as a thank you to community fans who helped resurrect the show, Yahoo is a very delicious surprise that I'll tell you about later, but don't worry, it is not Pierce's sperm. So the show is back, thank goodness, because otherwise it was canon. Abed said that an asteroid was going to come and destroy the world. We're safe, we're back. So, Dan, I mean, in your quote, in the press release, you said, rest easy, Big Bang Theory, look out, Bang Bus, which, by the way, congrats on getting the words Bang Bus into a major press release. But tell me through the process and sort of, you know, how did Community return? How did it come back?
I don't know. I don't know how Joel got me my job back season 5. I looked like really bad Russell Crowe. Stone Age Russell Crowe.
There's nothing better than watching yourself speak.
Like in a world that's just made of dinosaurs and carbs.
I like the Rick and Morty shirt too. Oh, Dan, no time for self-loathing now. Okay.
I'm so sorry, America.
No! That's like 2 bad things on the same screen.
So, I don't know. Sony and Yahoo, they're giant corporations. Their tentacles reach Hail Hydra. They reach into every crevice of every... I don't know what goes on. I know that about 3 hours before the deadline was up, we were told, do you really want to do this? I think at first I said no, and then an hour and a half later I was like, all right. Because Yahoo called me, and they seemed really smart and cool, and then I thought, well, does it really matter, like, where you're doing this? I cannot be the one to not do this. So, and it's wherever this show is, people will find it, especially if it's in an easy app like Yahoo Screen, which is a cross-platform new app. You can can get on a desktop or your iOS device or
Wow.
your
You're telling
Roku.
me I can get this on my desktop? Wow. With a click of my finger?
You'll be watching.
Am I going to be charged for this episode of Community?
It's season 6 of Community. You'll be watching it the way you always watched it, only now it's legal.
Dan, you're always, you kind of tempered your enthusiasm. You were always, I guess you didn't want you to have your heart broken twice, so, but you were always sort of ambivalent on whether or not this was going to return or not.
Well, I just so what did you, I didn't hear what you said, so I just started answering.
You seemed torn. You seemed you didn't want to get your hopes up too much, and you didn't want to get the fans' hopes too
I
much.
didn't
right?
want them to be crushed. Yes, I didn't feel like this was possible, so I didn't want them to get optimistic, and I knew that, like, honestly, it was about corporate politics. At a certain point, it's the love is a commodity to them, so you demonstrate it. It's been overly demonstrated, and then it's time to sit back and see if they can make something happen. And I didn't know they could. I didn't think they could, but they did.
And Joel, how about you? I mean, I think you always, you were excited about bringing the show back. You've always been sort of the ringleader, and first off, bringing back Dan, but also cheerleading the return of the show. Did you ever have any doubts that it was going to be back for season 6?
I think I could answer that question.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to be selling these at the back. All the way at the back exit. These are I'm making a graphic novel, and it's a musical, and so they're only $10. You can download a song, and Scott Adsit from TV's 30 Rock from the Sun sings on it, and so if you want, I'll be in the back exit, and I think that answers your question.
I think that's the end of the plug.
Yeah.
So Joel,
Yes.
what were your feelings? And sort of, you were heartbroken over the NBC cancellation, but did you ever have any doubt that it would return somewhere, somehow?
It's funny, I read Trent. Music, Scott Adset sings on, he's from 30 Rock. And Star Wars will be back there, Dino Stopolopoulos will be back there.
Snuffleupagus.
He'll Snuffleupagus. I had no doubt we would be back because, much like, like a Japanese general in World War II, there was the only option was victory or suicide. So, as I've said a lot, I love the show. I love the way Dan looks all the time, and I want to be around him. And I knew to have any show be on for as long as it has is a hard thing, and then for the show to be as good as it is, I believe, because it is the greatest television show in the history of all media, is a hard thing to do. And so I always wanted it back if they would pay me what Jim Parsons is making.
How's that going?
Terrible.
Well, one of the things Chris McKenna said is that if you had to do it at the Pasadena Playhouse, you would still be doing Community. You love this show.
I would do it, not there. Those people are awful. But no, I was ready to do, a regional theater version of the show. I think it would have definitely been less time to make it, but I could not be happier the show is back. And I know that all of you, mostly white people, get the show. You're young people. You don't run home and go, my show's on at 9. I need to get there right now. You watch it the way that most people do, which is on tiny little screens. And so now we're on one. And fuck you, network television. So. I mean, unless they want us back, because that would be cross-platform, simulcast. Great. All right.
I am the ghost of network television. You have dishonored me.
Gillian and Jim, how did you guys find out? And how did you react when you found out you had another job? You were coming back.
Hold it!
I read it on Twitter, and
Way to keep Gilly in line there, guys.
Hail Hydra.
What?
Way to keep you guys informed, I was saying.
Oh.
We can't hear a
We
thing.
can't understand.
It's as if your voice
We
goes
now
back and back
understand what it was like
then ricochet.
all these years when he was like, I can't hear anything. We're like, oh, Chevy. No, we can't hear
Serious.
anything.
What the hell is going on? Where am I?
Anyway, you know, I think that I definitely shed a tear the day that we were canceled. I cried in my car. And, you know, I didn't want to let go of the show because I think there are a few times in your life that you get to work on something that is as good and funny and groundbreaking and heartwarming as this show. So I didn't want it to end, and I'm excited to see what the web version of the show looks like. Oh, thanks, guys.
And Jim, you have an Oscar. You ain't got time for this.
Yeah, I feel that it's the same way. I mean, we did find out, you know, probably through social media.
Deadline Hollywood.
Deadline Hollywood that we were back, and it was. It's hard to pack up and even revisit and go past like Paramount and see the whole thing gone. You know, between that time where they just sort of like you literally stepped out the door and they're like, you know, they rip it down as fast as they can. So it's, you know, it's been a blessing each season to go to the next one and to go to 6 and maybe see that hashtag come to reality. It's a wonderful thing. The movie part.
Right. Half the hashtag is a reality. Now we'll see about the second.
That is all?
Yeah, that one. That is all.
Hey, Chris, you kind of freaked out people for a moment. You on Twitter sort of were a little gloomy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think anyone follows me, and then I tweeted someone like, "It's dead. Move on." and then I realized, oh no, a couple people were actually paying attention to me waking up, you know, with a start, going, it's over, and then tweeting my pessimism. But you know, I learned a long time ago. I think I was the Pollyanna of season 3 when we got ripped off the schedule of you know, people went to their dark holes, and I was like, guys, no, it's gonna come back, and then it did come back, and I was right. And then even this time, though, I was like, and it's like I'm such a fool, like to openly be that guy. Maybe I was the guy who brought it back by saying, God, you're not bringing the show back, and then they go, oh no, it's back, so you're welcome. I did it.
So tell us a little bit about, I mean, what can we expect on season 6? I mean, have you started hiring new writers yet? I know you guys have found a stage. How's the process going so far?
Well, we are we're already hard at work on our Pokemon episode. Kidding, sorry. That's not the place.
I mean, I'll be in prequel. We're really gonna take it to prequels, guys.
That's not the place to make the joke about the Pokemon episode. I'm sorry. I just realized, like, that's not a bad idea. Why would you make that joke?
Declare another Dungeons and Dragons right now. Please. Let's see, a two-parter.
I have no idea. I start every season this way. I go, I swear to God, I'm not, no silliness. Like, I really think that 13 episodes of a show about the faculty and student body of a community college that's trying to stay above water would be a great show. People would appreciate it. I don't have any big highfalutin plans.
Just lie. Just make something up.
Are the shackles off? I mean, now that you're not on Broadcast Network, you've already experimented so much on the show through the years. Is there anything that you couldn't do before that you feel like now you can?
I don't know. I mean, I had a lot of anti-vaccination messaging that I always wanted to get into the show.
New cast member Jenny McCarthy.
People were resistant to it. Now I feel like because it's on YouTube or whatever it's on, now we can just do anything. No, I honestly, I think that that big question of is the show going to be different because it's allowed to be different. How different is it going to be? I think that the community that these guys recognize needs to be there, and so I have to be very careful about that. My philosophy is attempt to make the same show and let the lack of boundaries kind of just make themselves felt instead of actually going, we could make the episode 49 minutes long and say the F word the whole time. I think it's just,
Look, I was just spitballing.
Yeah.
I think that you know, a sonnet feels like a sonnet. I just compared our show to a sonnet.
Yep.
A haiku, a limerick, these are all things that
All great.
a pacing, a rhythm, and a structure to them, and a sitcom is around 20 minutes long and therefore has a certain feel to it. And I definitely don't want to take the wheels off so much that people are like, well, this is just some new show.
Well, the plan is also to continue to release the show weekly, so it's not going to be like that Netflix all-at-once model. So in some ways, people will still watch the show like they always watched it.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It'll be weekly, the way you guys watch Community. I mean, it'll start airing, and then you'll turn it into, you'll talk about it for a week, like we then talk about it, and then another one will air. That's the way TV is going to keep on working. Okay.
So let's talk about where we left things off at the end of last season. First off, Greendale was saved. Subway is out of the picture, but is Greendale ever really saved? Is there anything you can say about that?
Well, I think it's hanging in there. I like it as an underdog campus. I don't know why, if a guy tells you that, you know, from the school board tells you that he hates your school and that he doesn't want it to exist, and you can just tell him, well, so what?
That's a
That's probably it's not really very realistic. There might be some repercussions.
They might have to cash in Chang's diamond teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are sweet diamond teeth. And what about Jeff and Britta? I mean, they ended things at the end of last season. It seemed like things weren't moving forward. But is there a future for Jeff and Britta, or is it more Winger and Annie? Or none of the above?
I mean, now it's on the internet, so it's probably Jeff and Dean now. So.
What do you think, Gilly?
Dan? I don't know.
I mean, Allison didn't show up, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's punishment and what's reward for her. But that's how I base all my decisions. This pettiness, this punish actors. I've always said, like, Community is an ensemble show. And it's an ensemble show about a bunch of human beings. Human beings fall in love. Human beings have crushes. Human beings are sexual beings, romantic beings, which always complicates life within a family, a group of friends, especially a family. It's very complicated.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. It's not necessarily just a workplace comedy. So centering the show on a relationship would to me be the beginning of the end. However, there are when it comes to matters of love on screen, I think that there's an organic energy that takes place. You feel the audience, and you feel the writers' room, and you let these stories happen. Jeff and Britta, they called their marriage off at the end of the last episode. They're childish people that were going to get married because they thought the show was over, and now the show's not over. So we will see what happens. And everyone's going to be a vampire.
Yeah.
Jeff, where do you
Really buried that.
Where do you think, what is Winger's state of mind at this point? I mean, he had an interesting season. It ended on a high note in helping save Greendale. Will he just always be this sort of tortured character, or where's his space now?
I don't know. I mean, Dan put it best, is that he's pretty immature, and he's like a moth, and there's a light, and then he'll go to it, and then he'll say, maybe I shouldn't go to it, and then he goes to it. So it's one of those things where when Dan writes a script, I wouldn't ever presume to know what Jeff's going to do. I maybe grow a tail, I don't know, but that's why when we open up Dan's scripts, it's like opening up a Christmas present. So I don't know, and I'm not going to guess.
And Gillian, I mean, Britta had an interesting year too. She's matured a bit. She's not Britta Enid quite as much.
Yes.
You like the direction she's going?
Yes, I think she had some victories this year that were on purpose, which was refreshing. I actually helped Troy and Abed. I was right in the lava episode about them not dealing with Troy's departure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the fans out there.
Mom, I'm so glad you're here. Yes, she was also victorious for a moment in the mustard face Meow Meow Beans episode. I like that. I don't think that she'll ever be, not the butt of the jokes in the group, but I enjoyed having some moments where she was right or actually had moments of victory.
Yeah, you'll never not be the worst.
Yes.
You're still the
I just want to give you guys an update on the live tweeting from our entertainment journalist, HuffPost TV. Long monologue by Dan Harmon about complexity, immaturity of characters ends by saying in season 6 everyone's a vampire. Long monologue?
Yeah.
Noted. Just don't ever check your Twitter handle.
Yeah.
People.
You realize it's Dina, right?
Oh, you work for HuffPo?
What show are we talking about?
Enlisted.
Rain.
So Jim,
Yeah.
the Dean didn't wear quite as many costumes this season, but of course he wore the payday
Yes.
outfit, which, of course I'm going to bring up the rap, because if there's one thing I want to see more of in season 6, it's gangsta rap from Dean.
Oh, yeah. No, I really dropped it that day, guys. It's just a hidden talent. No, I remember getting that in a table read and sort of, you get a little warning. That's like a rap, and then you do a rough version of it. So you do a rough version of it. But I don't know if I've ever been more terrified shooting something, because it was wonderful on the page and you also want to be good at it. And I remember Dan was just saying, you shouldn't know it. It's very it's coming through me, and every now and then, as soon as I'm not getting it, then the flop sweat starts. And you're also in this suit that is not forgiving for a rap artist. Fellow rap artists get it, right? Am I right? We all get it? Okay. But it was a blast to do. And
You spat on Gillian and I a lot.
I did, yes. Hey, again, fellow rap artists like me know, when you're moved, you just can't control that kind of thing, because that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I will be in the back room telling you more about rap right next to Dina. So if anybody wants to learn a little bit more, all right, fine, I'll wrap this. Okay. No matter what you think, how much, or how long, no matter what goes.
Oh!
Too tiny.
You're gonna ruin it.
Uh-oh. Copyright.
No, I can't do that. You got it down there.
Oh, that's 5
But anyway, yeah, I think also with the costumes, it was refreshing. I think, season 4 there was a lot of costumes, but I think, last year was about, and this is what I love about, it's hard to answer the question of what do you see them doing this year? Will there be more of this or more of that? But these characters have evolved from the very beginning, and so they stay true to who they are, yet Dan and the writers have given them things to learn. It's just as Britta sort of has evolved from the beginning, and so I feel like even with the costumes, it was nice to then see the other side of it, which is also people want to see me in unflattering colors and large short-sleeve shirts. And okay, no one's chiming in on that. It's usually that gets a big roar of yes, more unflattering shirts on that pale man. I want to feel better about myself and my body. Please make it gold and dirt brown. Those colors look good on no one. And they fly away at the end of it.
Is the Dean misunderstood, or what traits do you appreciate or admire about the Dean?
About the Dean?
Yeah.
Well, I think at his core he's trying to do his best. I think he's fallen in love with this place, maybe and people to a degree that might be inappropriate. But here's a guy who really at his core really does love these people. And I mean, there's nothing better than in one of those flashback episodes that talk about the Dean of coming in there and announcing the fire just to them, and then telling the school that, by the way, the school's on fire. That to me is him at his essence. It's I'm a really good guy, you're my best friends. Oh, by the way, everybody, we're in peril.
I have a couple questions from Twitter, actually, that I want to throw out there. YapYap92 wants to know.
Yap92. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Which cast members are coming back, and will Pierce's chair be filled this year?
Which characters are coming back
And will Pierce's chair be filled with Jonathan Banks?
This is where we find out.
Will you fill that role with another cranky old dude?
I want to sit down with the writers and really talk to them about that stuff. So sorry, I can't give any sneaky peekies about that.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
What about, so John Oliver can't come back either.
Well,
unfortunately, he's got his TV show on HBO.
I think it's contractually possible for John Oliver to come back.
Would you guys like John Oliver to come back?
We would love to have him, but it's ultimately we're not going to tear him away from his amazing HBO show.
Do you want his HBO show to go away?
Yeah, I want to kill all the nice things.
Okay.
He does it once a week.
So this is my favorite question I got on Twitter. You don't actually have to answer it, but someone @FanOfAbed wanted to know, please ask the whole cast one at a time, which flavor would they choose to be, but please don't ask Dan Harmon.
Flavor of what?
I don't know.
They just say flavor. The universal flavor of something.
It's because they can already tell I'm bacon. You can tell by looking at me.
A bad Christmas.
I enjoy Dan's flavor. I do Dan's flavor.
A bad Chris Steak wants to know, do you feel the show can move away from Greendale, or has it become its own character?
Oh, I think it definitely moved away from Greendale.
Yeah?
Were you bored with Twitter? You decided to start participating?
I think that the show has always been about more than just that school, but
Fuck yeah.
but the school is a big part of it. It was going away for season 4 and then having to come back and kind of reboot the show. It changed so much about what I would have said at the end of season 3 about the future of the show narratively. I'll put a period on the end of that for the sake of HuffPo.
Let's go down the road and talk about favorite moments from season 5. Favorite episode? Was it Hot Lava? Was it the return of D&D? Let's start with Joel.
Working with Mitch Hurwitz, Kugler, he was Kugler, and I could not stop laughing in every scene that he was in, to the point where I had to run out of takes. It looked like I was going to vomit or sneeze, and so working with him was, and then Chris Elliott, who was incredible.
That's right, let it out.
Let it flow.
You guys had it was a murderer's row of guests this season. Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Vince Gilligan.
Johnny Depp was on the show.
I missed that one.
Young Billy.
Tim and Eric, for me, that was a dream come true, having Tim and Eric on the show.
And then David Cross, nobody liked.
Yeah.
He was amazing, and an insanely nice man. Yeah.
Gillian, how about you? Favorite moment from season 5?
Woo! Jim, do your click sound from earlier. That's you watching Yahoo.
You click like.
Gosh, I don't know. I was really proud of season 5. I was so excited to have Dan come back and do what I thought was some of our best work ever. So I don't know. It's really hard to pick an episode given the plethora of wonderful episodes.
Just yell pass.
Pass.
Well, you mentioned earlier the Troy departure, which was, fantastic, emotional. I'll just give you an answer. You really loved the episode.
I loved my wolf howl that you guys saw in the clip video. I liked screaming floor bitch to Joel a lot. And I liked how long it took for me to wash those curls out of my hair at the end of every night of shooting that. Yeah, that was an excellent episode. Danny and Donald in that enormous bubble rolling around.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about.
Share with the class. Okay, Jim, why don't you go?
Okay, I didn't answer. I wasn't was laughing at nothing. I was getting there. They had a stunt double for Jonathan Banks, and so they had to paint the guy red and then put white powder on him, and he was driving me around on that souped-up library cart thing from that episode. And it was just, it was amusing. I feel like I had momentum going, and you kind of killed it, but had I not been interrupted, you guys would be howling with laughter.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
I don't remember speaking, but well, I enjoyed particularly like the D&D episode just because I wasn't part of the first one, and it really was one of those things where you're confined with everyone in one space, and while some people are probably like, ugh, but it was so much fun to be in that bedroom, and you were sort of split up with interesting partners that you don't normally get to be in scenes with, and then of course being able to impale myself with a space knife. I could probably do that all day. And then another one was when Jonathan was my favorite. Everyone's gonna be like, we were shooting the treasure hunting scene where we're busting into the wall, and the dean has what he thinks. He says a line, and everyone laughs because he thinks the dean's finally told
Raise it higher.
about the blueprints. Yeah, and I remember Jonathan got a note. It was like, Jonathan, laugh. I was laughing. Okay.
Maniac, that guy.
Oh my god, I just love that. I was. And then he just proceeded to have the biggest laugh in the next one. It was hilarious. And we're all just sort of waiting for it to end.
Also, he was looking down the barrel of the camera
right
too, so
camera.
it's completely unusable. He was just like,
The first day on set that Jonathan Banks was there, he did a scene, ran through it, and the writer went up to him to give him an adjustment, and he said, "I'm gonna punch you in the heart." Punch you in the heart?
It's so specific.
It's like it's inside the body. Yeah. It's what keeps you alive.
It's like
My fist.
it's like midnight run. It's like I swear to God, Sydney, I'm gonna grab this pencil and stab you in the heart. It's like it's like one of those visceral moments. Like, oh God.
Watching.
And you may have then seen us work it into the show.
But watching, I will say, watching Jonathan work was pretty amazing. I mean, he was such a good actor. One, I always just sort of question myself watching him do this. What was a great character that just sort of came out of nowhere to be added to this mix, which is a hard thing to do, but fantastic. Fantastic.
My favorite part of season 5 was that we got to do not one, not two, but 3 characters doing Gary Oldman from The Professional. I wish that we could have committed to it and had everyone in the cast at some point go, everything!
We looked into Gary Oldman at one point to come on the show, like, oh no, it's one of these things where like he won't even entertain anything unless it's like 6 figures. But I'm like, oh, can we get that money and just have him come in and then do the opposite, where it's like everything.
What do you mean everything? Everything.
My favorite part of season 5 was the dean trying to get Rhonda's attention.
Trace the call, Ron. Trace the call. And at one point, your fingers are starting to bleed. I think it's switched arms at one point.
Dan Harmon bit, and then watching you then turn it into gold.
Oh, it's fun.
And Dino, I love that Starburns always has Dave Matthews Band at the ready for those happy moments on his boombox.
Yeah, I never heard the Dave Matthews Band before I walked into that room. They're like, the Dave Matthews Band, hee-haw! Oh, okay.
There's a lot of Dave Matthews Band jokes this season, by the way.
Seeing you, Starburns, in the wagon, whipping the cats that are hooked up, trying to get them going, I just thought, yes, this is a network television show.
no more.
That was an idea from Eric Summers, who was like a hero last year, a writer that we brought on, and he pitched this thing, and I'm like, he pitched the cat cart thing, and you were in a room, and Dan wasn't there, and I'm like, this is hilarious.
It's never gonna
ever see the light of day. And it was just so funny. It just yeah.
That set was a gold mine, the old stables, because our prop department and set, and everyone's amazing. But they had a blueprint of that cat car with a skeletal inside the cat. I mean, they were already on it, and I don't know how.
They like the art department put together like basically the Hannibal there was a whole backstory if you walk through that set of like, oh, Starbird's coming up with like this crazy cat car.
I never looked better than I did in that blueprint.
I remember when we shot that.
Wait, what about? Oh, sorry.
You need to calm down. It's like you were going on and on for a monologue. He interrupted you, fizzled it, and now you want it back? Wow. Now I completely forgot. I was going to tell you guys this great recipe.
How come I don't get to say
Dino, what was your favorite moment in season 5?
my favorite moment?
No. This is good. Go with it. You need to wait. You need to cool your jets. Yeah. You will get that back when you are ready. You are in timeout for a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Gillian, just for that, you have to lick every one of these so these guys can buy them. All right, so my favorite moment, I would love to see more, I like Troy's departure episode. I would love to see like more Troy departing.
Bring him back and then send him away.
Pierce dying, I'd love to see 8 of those. Me dying would be great forever.
Again.
Wait, you're doing that here.
Let's welcome you back. You're out of timeout. Come up and say what you're going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the way, guys, start lining up. It's time for your Q&A.
Wait, Michael.
Yes, sir.
And your sport coat with your t-shirt, you're so hip.
Boom. You can't come back from that. Go.
I was just gonna say that I really enjoyed Dino and the Zardoz costume.
Zardoz costume.
See?
Zardoz costume!
All right.
I actually lost weight for that episode.
What?
By the way, what is the state of Troy right now? Last we saw, he was kidnapped by pirates. Apparently, LeVar Burton maybe escaped. Maybe he's going to throw a Kickstarter to save Troy. What's happening?
I think he's at the Bowery in Brooklyn headlining tonight, so...
Troy's doing just okay.
Troy's out there somewhere. He may be in peril. That's what movies are made of. I have no plans for that, but that would be like a search for Spock kind of thing where you have to go find Troy.
Yes.
The search for Troy.
Not that I'm rejecting the idea of him coming back for season 6. Donald, if you're listening.
I'd like to cut away to Donald eating LeVar Burton somewhere in the universe.
And on that note, time for some questions. Who's up first?
Reading Rainbow.
Hello? Oh, hi, guys. So actually, 2 years ago, I stole a robe to come up here and ask you guys a question from the West End. I had to give it back, though. My question was going to be about LeVar and Donald, being that LeVar apparently got away from those pirates that were on Kickstarter, but you guys kind of just answered that. So, can we have a Meow Meow Beans app, like a real one, so that we can fight to the death in real life?
I think if only we were supported by some sort of large internet site that had the resources to make something. So
you guys have Bing working on that right now, right?
look, if Kim Kardashian's going to make $85 million off her game, I'm sure. And we'll do it tonight for you.
Well, we did 5 seasons with and our studio literally makes computers, and they never quite. We would go like, we're going to do this episode, and then like, you might want to make an app. But I think Yahoo will open up all kinds of cool possibilities if we do episodes like that.
They got money, so it's great.
Indeed. Next up.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I wanted to know if you guys planned on doing Halloween and Christmas episodes. They were always my favorite.
That might be tough. I mean, I think we'll know before. I think we'll know like when the episodes are airing. But gosh, now this new world where it's going to be on the internet and kind of rolled out week by week. I don't know.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out when they're going to be streaming, and I just don't think it's going to be in time. We would like it to be. We don't want to be doing Halloween episodes in February if we can help it. So. Yeah, no, it's tough. Hopefully we'll have a better idea of what the actual stream schedule will be, air schedule, whatever. What are we calling it?
Bye, princess.
Next up.
Doctor?
Hi, I'm Maya, and even though Britt is the worst, she's actually my favorite character. So now that she's had a small taste of success at psychology, do you think we'll ever see her being a practicing psychologist?
I think she's many years from a degree, and then she has to find a clinic that would hire her and patients that would accept her as their therapist. But you know what? She's doing some good work, intra-group work. She's doing well. You know, maybe she could become an animal psychiatrist therapist. Her cats have a lot of issues, I think. You know, the possibilities are truly limited.
Thanks a lot. Next.
Hi. Jim, love The Descendants and Way, Way Back. I'm really looking forward to whatever you do next.
Thank you.
So what I love about Community is whenever I turn it on, I never have any idea what to expect. It could be a dystopia, a horror show, a musical, an animated series. So how do you make sure that it's a consistent character arc and narrative throughout the whole show?
Boy, how do we do that? I don't know. It's just more about we consider it really important to do that. We know that if the show is going to go off the rails aesthetically, that the most important thing is to have some kind of continuity of emotion, motivation. You know, Annie would never say that, no matter how funny we think that is in the writers' room. Yeah, but Annie wouldn't say that. She wouldn't do that. I don't know how we do it, my friend. We blow our own minds.
What are we smoking again?
Thanks. Next up.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Dean in the house.
Look at that package.
Yeah. Are we sure we're not? I thought they were gonna fight, but they love each other. Wow. Are we sure we're not doing the show for Amazon? Because there's a couple packages that just got delivered. Overnight delivery.
I want to see these guys what it's like for them to go to the bathroom.
Which one's better? Which one's better? Come on. One of them sucks. Which one?
Well, one of them is.
I think Trent, I hope sucks.
Whoa!
You're right.
They're both human beings. They're all the same. And they're all.
Don't get rid of them, lady. This is the one part of the day where it's not awkward for them. I saw these guys at Target earlier. People running for their life.
All right. Can you talk? Human being.
Yes,
okay.
I can.
Human being can talk. Okay. What's your question?
My question is, I know that there's not going to be like a real villain this year, so are we going to be seeing the return of City College?
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Contributed by credit.
Underneath, it's reversible. He's Deadpool the rest of the day.
Thanks a lot. Next question.
Hail Hydra, when you cut off one head to grow in its place.
That's correct.
Speaking of one head, look at that. The dog coming out of here.
By the way, you are wearing what we were going to do with Joel.
Oh yeah, we were going to do a whole pitching a story where Joel's character is in charge and inherits a dog that he has to keep in a baby Bjorn.
A dying dog and a baby Bjorn, and he has to dance in it.
That's a belt buckle.
If that happens, I want you credit to the girl from Comic-Con.
What would you like to know?
If each one of you had to take a class at Greendale, what class would you take?
I'd say like one of those classes where you have to keep a dog alive for a weekend and then you come back and it's like, see, this is how it works. Yeah.
History of ice cream.
Boo, pass. I'm trying to get
Learning with an exclamation point.
Dino?
Ditto for everyone. Yeah, I agree with everybody.
I would take basic.
What show are we talking about?
Basic trends.
Next up.
Guys, we only have 2 hours left, so.
All right. Well, Joel, how do you stick your hair up like that? Or is it just natural?
How do you stick your hair up like that?
You're asking me. Look at you. It looks like you're in Planet of the Apes and cut the face off. I'm jealous. I wish I had hair like that. I have to use the Chris Hardwick line, mousse and gels, because I'm going bald and I have to push everything around. And it's like, oh, he just woke up. No, he's just balding. Yeah, where are you going? He's just not going to listen to the rest of the So, in conclusion, this takes about 6 hours. So, I wish I was given your hair.
Yeah.
It looks great. Next up.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty great.
It's Julieta from Mexico, Evan.
Hi. So my question is that now that you're in a network that's probably gonna give you more money, are we finally getting merch like toys? Because I really need toys. Also, Dan, could you do that thing you do when you laugh? That mysterious thing with your throat? Your laugh. Never mind, it's a Hermiton thing. But yeah, toys, I need toys.
I want to date you.
Julieta, he is not joking. She was requesting the weird sound that my throat now makes, which I demonstrated at Harmontown. So listen to this in my something is happening in my trachea. This could be our last season.
So better than merch, can she just take you home, Dino?
Yeah. I'm a toy.
I want to hear Dan.
I want to hear Dan's.
I want to hear Dan's thing.
Okay, here we go. Do you hear that clicking? It's like a bicycle card in a baseball card in the spokes of a wheel of fortune. I'm going in
6 seasons in a memorial.
Yeah. 6 seasons in a cat stand at least. I'm going in for I don't know.
Why does Abed have
I
emphasis
think
this
it
year?
swallowed the toy that came in the Kettle One bottle.
Sorry. All right, next up.
You're right, I am dying of this. Get me out of here!
All right, first I want to say thanks for all the laughs you've given us, and
You're welcome.
and congrats on being resurrected. And I guess my question's for the producers, the writers, the creators. Why Colorado, and where in Colorado?
Boy, oh boy. I always wanted to stick with the kind of Simpsons. I think Malcolm in the Middle did the same thing where it was like, we didn't know where they were. I can't remember if they did that or not. I read the pilot. We wanted it to be kind of anywhere USA. I just thought, why specify where you are? But then the weird thing about producing TV is that the legal team needs you to tell them where the show is. They need a state, so that if you name a character Jim Johnson, they have to be able to say, well, there's a bunch of Jim Johnsons in Colorado. If there's a bunch of them, then they can't sue us. If there's only one, then we can't do it, and all this crap. So every time you show a license plate or a driver's license, you have to step. So it is Colorado because...
in season 1...
It's so weird because you would think that they put themselves into a location.
Yeah.
No, in season 1, all the palm trees at Paramount were wrapped in fur. They looked like fir trees. And then season 2, they just didn't bother.
Yeah, we just like, I guess they replaced all these
palm tree, Colorado.
You've never worn winter coats on the show?
No, but now that pot is legal, Dad, it's going to be awesome for the show.
But I consider it a political statement. I think people need to be aware that the climate is changing. We save money airbrushing out palm trees, and at the same time, we're on Al Gore's team. We're helping out.
Between that and the vaccines, you're going really political next season.
Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah.
Next up.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So my question is for any of you, really, if you could choose one movie or TV show to spoof that you guys haven't already done, what would you choose and why?
Dobie Gillis.
Adobe Gillis.
Someone called.
He'll take your Inception and raise you Adobe Gillis. Any others?
What?
Frank.
Oh, Mary Shelley's Frankenhome. Thank you.
I don't know.
Thanks, Mom.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Scooby-Doo. I feel like we're doing an improv show.
So someone suggested Rick and Morty. What about a crossover with Rick and Morty? Somehow pull that off.
I don't know. I could definitely,
Wow, Dan, you have a lot of moms out there.
All right, as we ponder that, thanks. Next question.
Hey, I have a question for the actors. How does it feel transitioning from network acting to internet acting because of the more shenanigans the writers can put?
Good question. Gillian?
Well, this is like, another, along with the rap, Sarah, let me start this over. Rap, I'll be doing acting. You have to project more. So speak like on TV, like this is my TV voice. And this is my... props don't look like props.
And timing!
Yeah. I don't think, and time, yeah. I don't think anything, I think, community will still be community, whatever. I mean, she might make some choices we don't get. You know what I'm saying? Like she might make some choices as an actress that will be like, what are you doing?
It's the internet. No one.
Or we might, Joel might make some choices that, he's always made choices where you're like, what the? And so on the computer screen, it'd probably be about the same thing, right? For you?
Look, I think, Jim, a lot of people will see the screen and go, oh, hey, Moby has a new video. And I'm going to watch this. He just posted it. My gosh, Steven Soderbergh's talking again. I don't know what to say.
And none of you have a no nudity clause, right? So, sky's the limit? No nudity clause.
Only male nudity on this show.
Yeah.
I'm only allowed to show my cock. That's it. Season 6.
That's more Dino than we ever need to see.
Fuck you!
Got time for one or two more questions.
You got that Microsoft tattoo.
Next up.
Well, hi, I'm Daniel, longtime fan.
What's your name, sir?
Daniel?
Daniel.
Since you always pride yourself by inviting celebrities to the show and everything, and now that you're not on a network and everything, is there any chance that you can have a character from The Soup, more specifically, Mankini?
I don't think, much like Gary Oldman, I don't think we could afford him. He works at the E! Network, which everybody knows you just get paid incredibly well there. So I don't know if you've seen Botched, but Emmy-nominated Botched. So no, it's not true. Or that Big Brother ripoff show that we show. So it's really, we're highly paid. I don't know if we can afford it. So I'll let him know that you said it. That was very nice of you. You have terrific teeth.
All right, before we get to the next question, I got a little more housekeeping for everyone. Yahoo wants you to know that fans can watch on Yahoo Screen or by downloading the free Yahoo Screen app for iOS, Android, Roku, Apple TV, and Xbox 360. Production starts later this summer, and as soon as episodes are ready, so get to it, Dan, Yahoo will release them weekly. It's exclusive to Yahoo. And also the Community Season 5 DVD will be released on August 5, so make sure to go out and pick that up.
And Michael, by the way, you guys are the greatest fans in the history of all time.
Yeah!
I don't think shows that get canceled have this sort of response, so God bless you, everyone.
And aren't they giving away free Subway sandwiches today from 4 to 8 at a Subway?
Subway may have lost its chance at purchasing Greendale, but it's still going to feed all you guys. So Yahoo Screen is celebrating the recent resurrection of Community by providing fans with free Subway sandwiches here at Comic-Con. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. today. Go to the Subway at 611 K Street in downtown San Diego. Free sandwiches for 4 hours. They're all, I think they're actually themed to different characters as well, so you can actually order a Brita. So having me today. And also immediately after this, there's a fan signing in room 28C on the upper level of the convention center, so you'll see all these guys one more time. There's a lot going on. And then, of course, be on the lookout for season 6 of Community, coming sometime in the fall-ish, Dan?
Well, no, we start writing in the fall, so probably more like sometime after Christmas.
Okay, after Christmas, guys.
December 26th, everyone.
Download that app. I think we have time. That's it. All right, guys.
Wait. We want to see the chain guy. Let me see the chain guy. Put the light pad on. That guy that's dressed. Hey, that's amazing.
Lights up, we got.
Lights up, please.
There he is.
Hey, there's Chang. And on that note, Community lives